Okay, so this is a little video to try and show how I magnetise my Reaver. The previous user had asked for it. So, all magnets on my Reaver, in fact, all my Titans, use 4.4mm by 1mm magnets. Obviously, you have to find something similar in the US if you're in the US. So, for the close combat weapons, it's very simple. You simply take a rotary tool to the top of the sort of ball joint. Will focus. Yeah. So you take a rotary tool to the ball joint. I did actually manage to sink that one in a little bit with a drill. So you drill that into the middle. I suggest you pilot hole first. And once your magnet's in position, you can sort that out. Pretty much the same principle with what I like to call the arm pieces. So the arm pieces again, ball joint gets drilled, taken off with a rotary tool saw. I managed to do a hole in when I do the shoulders. I'll sort of explain them, but didn't need to actually sink these into the joint at all. So that's just simply sat on top of there with a bit of super glue. On the other side, we have so what I've done on there is I've drilled into the bottom and I've fitted a magnet in there flush. Now this is very important you get that flush or at least a little bit recessed. And then on the weapon, working out where the magnet goes and then putting a 4mm drill through, again working your way up to 4mm or whatever size magnets you have, is key, because obviously you don't want to go off a little bit and end up with your magnet not quite in the right position. So some weapons you will have to build up the inside of there with a little bit of sprue or some green stuff or something else. But if you get that right, even if it's a little bit out, like you can see there, there's a little bit of wobble. You won't see the magnet and it won't look massively out of place. Or at least it doesn't bother me too much. But with that, you can then have this weapon on either side. You can have it in sort of more of a dynamic pose or whatever. Obviously, the carapace weapons, they are recessed for 4mm magnets, or like I say, whatever you've got in your area. That was basically just same principle. Cut that lug off, round it out to 4mm, put a magnet in, built that bit up with a bit of super glue and some spare sprue, glued a magnet in so it was just not flush. Well, it really should have been flush, but it just wasn't. And you've got a working hip rotation. That is a bit stronger fit than the other Reaver. I tried a slightly different thing. When it comes to the shoulder joints, I did a very similar thing. So assembled them up to not including these panels, these sort of shoulder pads. Then took a 4mm drill and just literally by hand gently bored out the internal until you could get a magnet into there. So as you can see, magnets are in, and that means I can position my weapons however I want with whatever configuration I want. And one thing it will definitely be important to say is when you're doing this, what I tended to do is everything from my warlords to my warhounds, when I magnetise them, I put a little up and down on the magnet. You might be able to see it on that one. So just a very faint U. So that means that should be visible from up. And that basically means that no matter what I do, so even if I wanted to, yes. And that is basically how I did it. So it means all my weapons are interchangeable. Following this basic system is whenever I get a new Titan, just get my stack of magnets, put them onto the top and just put a U and a D on the top and bottom one respectively. That is how I do my Titans. It's nice and easy. I hope that helps.